Hello everyone, we are Group 5, the Voltes 5, and we are reporting Understanding Profit Product. And this is our content. This involves analyzing factors such as production costs, pricing strategies, revenue generation.
Product profitability. So first, what is profit? Profit, it is the amount of revenue that remains after accounting for all expenses, debt, and other costs. So when we say profit, it is the remaining revenue, also known as income, left after a company has accounted for all expenses. It is calculated as total revenue less total expenses. Profit product. It is refers to the profitability of a product throughout its life cycle. Another definition, it is refers to the amount of profit you can attribute to a specific product after you account for the expenses associated with that product. So to sum up the definition of product profitability, it is refers to the profit that a company makes from selling a specific product, taking into account or deducting all costs associated with its production, marketing, and distribution. In marketing, product profitability analysis is a vital tool for evaluating the performance of individual product or product line. Understanding product profitability is essential for companies that want to optimize their product mix, pricing strategies, and resource allocation. It provides them with valuable insights into the financial performance of their products, which can be used to make informed decisions about product development, pricing, marketing, and distribution. There are two common metrics used to measure product profitability. First is gross profit margin. These metrics calculate the percentage of revenues that exceeds the cost of goods sold. It is calculated as revenue minus cost of goods sold divided by revenue. If the company gets a higher gross profit margin, it indicates a more profitable product. And the other metric is net profit margin. This metric measures the percentage of revenue that remains as profit after accounting for all expenses, including cost of goods sold, operating expenses, taxes, and interest. It's calculated as net profit divided by revenue times 100. If the company get a higher net profit margin, it indicates stronger profitability after all expenses are considered.
Production costs. These are the expenses incurred in the manufacturing process of the product. This includes raw materials, labor costs, manufacturing overheads, and any other expenses directly associated with producing the product. Examples of production costs includes number 1 is raw materials. The cost of purchasing materials such as metals, plastics, electronic components, or fabrics depending on the nature of the product. Number 2 is labor costs. Wages and salaries paid to the workers directly involved in the production process, including assembly line workers, machines operators, and supervisors. Number 3 is manufacturing overheads. Indirect costs associated with production, including utilities, yung mga electricity, water, and gas, and rent for manufacturing facilities, depreciation of machinery, maintenance, and other overhead expenses. Number 4 is equipment and machinery. The cost of purchasing, leasing, or maintaining machinery and equipment used in product process. Number 5 is packaging. Expenses related to the packaging materials and packaging design, including boxes, labels, and protective materials. And lastly, quality cost. Costs associated with ensuring the quality of the product, including the inspection, testing, and quality assurance measures. For example, let's consider a clothing manufacturer producing jeans. Sa raw material, yung cost nung purchasing denim fabric, buttons, zippers, and threads. Sa labor cost naman is yung wages, workers, yung cutting, sewing, and finishing jeans. Sa manufacturing overhead is yung renting space, electricity for operating the sewing machine, and maintenance of the equipment and salaries of the supervisory staff. Sa equipment and machinery naman, cost associated with purchasing and maintaining sewing machines, cutting equipments. And sa packaging naman is expenses for packaging materials such as cardboards, boxes, hang tags, and labels. And last, for quality control, yung cost for conducting inspection to ensure that the jeans meet quality standards before they are packaged and shipped to the retailers.
I'm Christopher Solomon de la Cruz, and I'm going to report the pricing strategies. The first strategy is cost plus pricing. It is a straightforward strategy used by businesses to determine the selling price of a product or services. Cost plus pricing is a basic pricing strategy that involves determining the cost of goods or services, then adding the fixed percentage as the markup. For example, a small bakery may use cost plus pricing to set a retail price of a new cake. First, they calculate the total production cost of a cake considering ingredients, labor, and overhead expenses. Next, they add a predetermined markup percentage, which is 50% to cover desired profit and unforeseen cost. If a cake cost is 500 to make, they would sell it for 750. Cost of product is 500 plus the markup, which is 250, and the total is 750 po. Next strategy po is value-based pricing. This is a set of based on the perceived value of the product or service to the customer. Value-based pricing is a strategy where businesses set prices based on the perceived value of their product or services to the customer. Unlike cost plus pricing, which is considered production cost, sa value-based naman po is pricing focuses on the benefits and value customer receive. For example po, companies like Apple and Samsung set higher prices for their flagship phones based on the perceived value they offer to customer. These devices are priced not just to cover production costs but to reflect their advanced features, quality design, brand reputation, and the overall user experience they delivered. Customers are willing to pay a premium because they believe the benefits and the status associated with owning these devices justify the higher price tag. The third strategy is competitive pricing. Prices are determined by benchmarking against competitor prices. Competitive pricing strategy involves setting price based on what competitors are charging for similar product or services in the market. For example, a small electronics store might use competitive pricing to determine the price of a new laptop by researching and matching the prices offered by the other stores selling similar laptops. Ang sunod naman po dito ay yung factors to consider when determining pricing strategies. Ang una po is market demand. Understanding market demand is essential for setting the right price. Businesses need to assess customer preferences, buying behavior, and sensitivity to price changes. Market demand refers to the quantity of the product or services that consumers are willing and able to buy at the various price levels. High demand often allows businesses to charge higher prices, while low demand may require lower prices to stimulate sales. Factors influencing demand include customer preferences, market trends, and economic condition. Next po is competition. Analyzing competitors' pricing strategy is vital to positioning product effectively. businesses should consider how their pricing compares to the competitors offering similar products or services. Competition refers to the other businesses offering similar products or services within the same market. Businesses must consider the prices set by competitors to determine how their own pricing will position them in the market. In competitive markets, pricing decisions often involve balancing competitive pricing with the maintaining profitability and differentiation. And the third one naman po is perceived value. Perceived value is a subjective and influenced by factors such as product quality, brand reputation, and customer experience. Perceived value is a perceived worth of a product or service to the customer. It is not solely based on the production costs but includes factors like quality, brand reputation, features, and customer service. Next naman po ay yung example of a real-world pricing strategy and their impact on profitability. First po is penetration pricing. This strategy involves setting a relative low initial price to gain market share quickly. Penetration strategies aim to attract buyers by offering lower prices on goods and services. Many new companies use this technique to draw attention away their competition. For example, let's say a new phone company enters the market with a future-rich phone. Instead of pricing the phone at the same level as established competitors, they decide to use penetration pricing strategy. They launch the phone at a significantly lower price than similar phones already on the market. The next one naman po is price skimming. Price skimming involves setting a high price initially and gradually lowering in over time. Price skimming involves a setting rate high during the introductory phase. This is designed to help businesses maximize sales on the new products and services. For example, a popular footwear brand which is Nike launches a new line of sneakers featuring innovative technology and stylish design. When these sneakers are introduced to the market, the brand decides to implement a price skimming strategy. The Nike company set a high price at 10,000 pesos for the new sneakers. The brand targets sneaker enthusiasts, trendsetter, and loyal customer who are willing to pay a premium for the latest and most fashionable footwear. As the time goes on, the competitors begin offering similar styles and newer releases. The footwear brands start to adjust the pricing of the sneakers. They may gradually reduce the price to 7,000 or less to attract the broader audience of the consumers. And the last strategy is bundle pricing. Bundle pricing combines multiple products or services into a package offer at a discount price compared to purchasing them each separately. Bundle pricing means selling a package or goods or services for a lower rate than what consumer would pay on purchasing each item individually. This pricing strategy is more effective for companies that sell complementary products. For example, a restaurant can take advantage of a bundle pricing by including dessert with the extra entry sold on a particular day of the week.
Next is revenue generation. Revenue generation refers to the process of creating income for a business through various sales and marketing activities. It involves identifying, attracting, and retaining customers to generate revenue streams. Revenue generation is a comprehensive process that involves sales, customers, retention, strategic partnership, data-driven decision, making these forms customers of building successful business models. Focus on scaling up, optimizing, confirming above discussed channels, thereby sustaining financial stability, cushion to times unforeseen adverti- adversities, content, neutral mark, collectively spurring higher GDP contributions, industrial disruption, embrace scope. Importance of maximizing revenue for profitability. Revenue maximization is a simple way to increase your customer base by having tantalizingly low prices. You can bring in customers who typically wouldn't spend money on your products or draw them away from your higher price competitors. Strategies for increasing revenue. There are several strategies that businesses can implement to increase revenue and maximize profitability. Some of the key strategies include: number one, expand your customer base. Attracting new customers is essential for increasing revenue. Consider marketing efforts, promotions, and advertising campaigns that target new demographics and segments. Number two, increase sales to existing customers. Encourage repeat purchases by offering discounts, loyalty programs, and personalized recommendations based on fast purchase behavior. Number three, introduce new products or services. Diversi- Diversifying your offerings can help attract new customers and increase sales from existing ones. Price optimization. Regularly review and adjust pricing strategies to ensure they are competitive yet profitable. Number five, enhance your customer experience. Providing exceptional service and creating a seamless buying experience can lead to repeat business and positive word of mouth referrals. Number six, focus on upselling and cross-selling. Encourage customers to upgrade to higher price products or services or bundle complementary items together for a better deal. Number seven, collaborate with partners. Partnering with other business can or influencers can help expand your reach and attract new customers. Number eight, invest in marketing and advertising. Increase your marketing budget to promote your products or services through various channels such as social media, email campaigns, SEO, etc. Number nine, optimize operations. Streamline processes, reduce inefficiencies, and cut costs where possible to improve profitability. Number 10, monitor key performance indicators or KPIs. Regularly track metrics like revenue growth, average order value, customer acquisition cost, conversion rates, etc. to measure the effectiveness of your revenue increasing strategies. By implementing a combination of these strategies and continuously optimizing your business operations, you can effectively increase revenue and improve overall profitability.
And that's it. Thank you for listening.